My child, do not rush past this. I know your thumb is already moving. I know there is a list of things waiting for you tonight and 100 small reasons to scroll a little further. But this did not reach you by accident. Before you sleep, there is one honest sentence I want you to pray. Do not search for it yet. Stay with me long enough to understand why your heart has been so heavy. I heard what you prayed last night, not the polished prayer, not the careful words you would say in front of other people, not the prayer you think you are supposed to pray. I heard the sentence that broke in the middle because you were tired of being strong. I heard the part you did not finish because finishing it felt too dangerous to say out loud. You asked me if I was still listening. You asked me if the closed door meant I had forgotten you. You asked me why the same burden keeps returning when you are trying so hard to move forward. You did not say all of it in words. Some of it was only a feeling pressed against your chest in the dark. But I was not far away when you whispered it. I was not annoyed by your honesty. I was not waiting for you to sound more grateful before I would come close. I was already there. So let the phone wait. Let the noise in the house become small. Let the fear lose its hurry. I am not asking you to perform for me tonight. I am not asking you to explain yourself or to defend why it took so long or to pretend you are further along than you are. I am asking you to sit with me long enough to receive what I have been trying to place in your spirit for many quiet days. Because the heaviness you have been carrying is not the whole story, and the silence you thought was my absence was not absence at all. Stay, there is something here for you. I saw the room you were in when your face looked calm, but your thoughts were running. I saw you smile at someone today while a quiet ache sat behind your eyes. I saw you answer, "I'm fine," when the truer answer was, "I am tired in a way that sleep does not fix." I saw you stare at a message and wonder if answering it would bring peace or pull you back into the same confusion you barely escaped. I saw your thumb hover and pull back and hover again. I saw the moment you almost explained yourself one more time to someone who had already decided not to understand you. I saw the way your body has been carrying what your mouth has not said. The tightness in your shoulders, the breath you keep forgetting to take all the way down, the nights you lay still so you would not wake anyone, while your mind kept rehearsing the same worry. I saw you do the ordinary things, wash the dishes, drive the familiar road, sit through the meeting, while a deeper question kept running underneath all of it. Am I going to be okay? Does any of this matter? Is anyone keeping track of how hard I am trying? I was keeping track, and I saw the small sign that made you stop. The repeated number, the phrase that returned, the door you noticed, the song that played at the exact moment you needed it, the dream you could not explain in the morning. You wondered if it meant anything or if you were only looking for comfort. Hear me gently. I am not asking you to chase signs. I am not asking you to read fear into every coincidence or to live anxiously watching for clues. That is not faith. That is exhaustion wearing a spiritual costume. I am asking you to become quiet enough to notice peace. The sign was never meant to make you panic. It was meant to make you pause. It was a small reminder that your life is not random, that you are not forgotten in the crowd, and that this season, so heavy as it is not outside my reach. You have been waiting for a loud answer, a voice from the skeleton, a door that swings open with no doubt attached. But I have been speaking the whole time through small confirmations you almost talked yourself out of believing. I spoke when the same gentle thought returned after you prayed and would not leave. I spoke when the door stayed closed, even though you pushed against it with everything you had. I spoke when your spirit felt uneasy around a path that looked good on the outside, and you could not explain why. I spoke through the friend who said the honest thing you did not want to hear, through the scripture that seemed to find you, through the unexpected calm that settled over a decision you had been dreading. That uneasiness you felt was not weakness, it was protection. That hesitation was not you being slow. It was me asking you to wait one more day before you committed your heart to something that could not hold it. So tonight, let me teach you how to test what you are carrying. Because not every loud thought is from me, and not every fear is a warning. If a sign makes you frantic, bring it back to me. I do not lead my children by panic. If a thought pressures you to abandon wisdom, to act before you have prayed, to decide before you have peace, bring it back to me. Urgency that steals your stillness is rarely my voice. If an opportunity demands that you prove your worth by losing your peace, bring it back to me. I will never ask you to purchase a blessing with your integrity. But if a quiet confirmation leads you toward humility, toward patience, toward prayer, toward steadiness and honesty, slow down long enough to listen. That is the sound of my hand on your life. The delay has been hard. I know that. I am not pretending it has been easy, and I am not asking you to be grateful for the pain itself, but hear this. Not every delay is a sentence against you. Some delays are mercy wearing a shape you do not like yet. If I had allowed you to move when fear wanted to move, you would have carried old pain into a place that required a steady heart. You would have built something good on a cracked foundation and then wondered why it kept shaking. So I held you. I know it felt like rejection. I know some nights it felt like silence, so complete, you wondered if you had imagined me. But I was not ignoring you. I was keeping you from building your future on panic. I was buying you time you could not see the value of yet. One day you will look back at the door that did not open, and you will understand it was one of my kindest answers. Now hear this clearly, because love that only comforts and never warns is not love at all. Do not return to the thing that drained your faith just because it has become familiar. Familiar is not the same as safe. Some things know your name and still do not deserve your peace. Do not reply to confusion just because it knows how to reach you. You are allowed to leave a message unanswered while you pray. Silence is sometimes the most honest answer you can give. Do not reopen a conversation that keeps shrinking your spirit and then call it loyalty. Loyalty to something that consistently steals your peace is not faithfulness. It is a habit you have not yet brought to me. Do not accept an impressive door if walking through it requires you to abandon the wisdom I have been building in you. Not every open door is an invitation from me. Some open doors are tests of whether you still remember who you are. Hear me clearly, because I do not want you to twist this into bitterness. This is not a command to hate anyone. This is not permission to become hard or proud or cold toward the people who hurt you. I am not raising a hardened heart. I am healing a tired one. I am only asking you to stop confusing access with assignment. Some people can be forgiven without being handed the keys to your next season. Some rooms can be remembered with gratitude without being re-entered. Some opportunities can look impressive on the surface and still be completely wrong for the person I am forming in you. You have spent so long being afraid of missing out that you forgot you are also allowed to be protected. You are allowed to walk away from what is costing you your peace, even if you cannot fully explain it to the people watching. So here is the warning, and it is simple. If it costs you your peace every single time you touch it, bring it back to me before you call it mine. Let me tell you whether it is a door or a trap. Let me tell you whether it is a person to carry or a season to release. I will not lead you wrong. I have never once led you wrong, even when the leading hurt. I am not finished with what you thought was wasted. The tears were not wasted. Every one of them was seen, and not one of them was meaningless to me. The waiting was not wasted. The long, ordinary, unglamorous waiting that no one applauded. I was working in it the whole time. The year that felt like a detour was not wasted. The season you would erase if you could, I was using it to build something in you that comfort could never have built. But listen carefully, because I want to give you more than you came here asking for. I am not only restoring what happened outside you, I am restoring the place inside you that quietly stopped expecting good. You thought the blessing would begin the day a situation finally changed. You have been waiting for the phone call, the open door, the apology, the provision, the turn. But I am beginning where no one else can see. I am beginning in the place that learned to brace for disappointment. I am teaching your first thought in the morning not to belong to fear. I am teaching your hands to open without panic, to hold things loosely enough that I can add to them. I am teaching your voice to speak the truth without begging to be believed. You will begin to recognize the difference between pressure and peace. Pressure says, decide now or lose everything. Peace says, be still. I am not in a hurry, and I am not going anywhere. You will begin to notice that fear does not command you as quickly as it used to. The old thought will still come, but it will not own you the way it did. You will begin to see that you do not need to chase what I am fully able to bring in the right time. The striving will quiet. The grasping will loosen. The exhausting need to control every outcome will begin to rest. This does not mean every road suddenly becomes smooth. I will not lie to you to make you feel better tonight. There will still be days that ask more of you than you feel you have, but it means you will not walk the road alone, not one more step of it. The presence you have been longing for is not a reward at the end of the journey. It is the companion for the whole of it. Now pause with me, truly pause. Not the rushed pause of someone waiting to get back to their worry, but a real breath. Release the sentence you have repeated in secret, the one that says you are too mom, or not enough, or too late, or too broken to begin again. You have carried it long enough. Set it down here, where it is safe. Release the thought that says you are behind. Behind whom? On whose schedule? You are not in a race against the people you compare yourself to. You are on a path I designed for you alone. Release the fear that someone else received the life that should have been yours. There is no shortage in my hands. What I have for you cannot be given to another, and what I have for them was never going to be yours. I do not measure you by the timeline you keep holding yourself against. I do not call you late because another person moved first. I do not call you forgotten because one door or two or even many did not open. And I do not need you to prove your worth by exhausting yourself. Hear that again. Again slowly. I do not need your exhaustion. I never asked for it. Some of the pressure you have proudly called discipline is actually fear wearing a respectable name. Some of the busyness you wear like a badge is really just a way to outrun a question you have not let me answer. I can teach you diligence without panic. I can teach you patience without passivity. I can teach you to move when it is time, and to rest when rest is the obedience I am asking for. Place your hand over your heart if you can. Feel it still beating, a gift you did not earn, given again this morning without your asking. Breathe in slowly. Let the breath go all the way down to the places that have been bracing for impact. And let this truth settle deeper than the fear. You are still mine. You are still seen. You are still being led. And the part of you that feels tired tonight is not a failure. It is not proof that you lack faith. It is simply a place where I want to come and bring rest. Bring me your tiredness. It is welcome here. It has always been welcome here. So now receive what I want to speak over you. Do not argue with it. Do not decide in advance that you do not deserve it. Simply let it land. I speak peace over your mind, not pretend peace, not the empty peace that only lasts until the next bad thought. I mean the kind of peace that helps you make the next wise decision without your hands shaking. The peace that lets you sleep tonight without rehearsing every conversation you are afraid to have. I speak courage over the part of you that has been carrying too much alone for far too long. You were never meant to be the only one holding it. Let me take the weight you were never built to carry by yourself. I speak mercy over your home. Over the rooms where hard words were spoken. Over the conversations that need softness. Over the silence that needs truth. Over the places where pride has made repair feel impossible. I am gentle enough to soften what is hardened, and patient enough to begin with the smallest step. I speak clarity over the decision in front of you. You know the one, the choice you keep circling, picking up, and putting down. If the way forward is mine, let wisdom and patience and a settled peace begin to gather around it, so that you will know it not by force but by stillness. If the way forward is not mine, let the pressure lose its grip and let your hands open without resentment so you can release it and trust that what I am withholding in love. I will not shame you for needing guidance. I will guide you. I have never been disappointed by your questions. I am not impressed by people who pretend to have it figured out. So when you do not know what to do next, do not manufacture certainty just to impress the people watching. Do not announce a decision before you have brought it to me. Bring me the decision before you announce it. Bring me the desire before you defend it. Bring me the fear before you obey it. I am gentle enough to listen and wise enough to lead. I will not rush you, and I will not abandon you in the middle of the choice. I will stay until you can see. You came here wanting a confirmation, a sign that you are on the right path, something to quiet the question that will not leave you alone. But I want to give you something deeper than a sign. I want to give you a steadier heart. Signs fade by morning. A steadier heart will walk with you for the rest of your life. So here's your confirmation, and it is not a number or a coincidence. It is this. If this message has found the hidden place in you, the place you do not show anyone, do not run from that tenderness. The fact that your eyes are stinging right now, or that something in your chest has gone quiet and soft, is not weakness. It is me drawing near. Do not run. Bring it to me. Tonight, before you sleep, pray this one honest sentence. This is the sentence I asked you to wait for at the very beginning. God, show me what I am trying to carry without you. Do not make it eloquent. Do not make it impressive. Do not perform it. Make it true, and then keep going in your own words. Tell me what you are afraid to release. Tell me what you still secretly hope I will restore, even though you stop saying it out loud. Tell me where you need courage and where you have been pretending to be fine. Then be still for a moment. Not to hear thunder, just to let yourself be loved without doing anything to earn it. I am not asking you to fix your whole life tonight. I am not asking you to have answers by morning. I'm only asking you to stop carrying it all without me. If tears come, let them come. They are a language, and I understand them. If no tears come, do not force them. This is not a performance, and I am not grading you. This is not a test you can fail. This is a return. Come back to the quiet place where you can tell the truth and still be held. Come back to the place where grace is not a reward for being strong. Come back to me. My child, I heard what you prayed last night. I am with you in the waiting. I am leading you step by step through the door that only peace can enter. And I am not finished with you. I am not finished with you. I am not even close to finished with you. Now rest.